Greetings. I just woke up from another rest. You know what they say, rest is how your body heals. My body has needed a lot of healing for quite some time. There's no Chinese proverb. I can't ever remember it, but it's three sayings, and one of the three is sleep like a dog. Look at dog. 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 You can't see dog. Well, you can see top of dog. There's part of dog. Anyway, this video I wanted to talk about corruption in leadership. Earlier in prior videos, again, I have just awoken. I have spent just enough time to make a cup of coffee and roll a cigarette, so less than 4 minutes since sleep. And I was in deep REM. There was some shit going down in the dream place. And of course, like a lot of dreams, I wasn't focused on the happenings, so now that I'm out, they're gone. It's fine. Don't really care. Nothing really substantial was happening. But let me tell you about corruption through power. When I was a wee lad, I was raised by my father, a woodsman, in his duck boat in the swamps, shotgun firing over my head, eating duck and goose and fishing. Those calls there still contain some of the trophy bands. When you kill avian game, sometimes they have a metal band placed around their ankle. It's a marker from scientists. So the collection of those metal bands from his kills are on the calls, because it's still legal to kill them, but it's just their identifying markers. There's also my old Boy Scout compass up there, the flint and steel, because you never know when you need a ferro rod. But anyway, as soon as I got old enough, my outdoorsman of a father, he put me into the scouting program. Immediately. I went through every branch of scouting other than the Girl Scouts. Because, now I probably could if I were young, but scouting program to me these days is nothing like it was, and it is damaged. But that's a story for another time. I was put into a leadership position every time. Every time. I led my Cub Scouts, led the Weeblos, led the Boy Scouts. Every single time. Not by choice, not because I wanted to, not because I asked to, but because I was selected by my peers. I knew the most about the forests and these activities, and I was the one that took the initiative. Now, during these times, power leading to corruption wasn't really a thing. It just wasn't. We're too young to really understand what that means and what that leads to. Big chungus, big chungus. But that's the way it was. I was one merit badge, and I do believe a service project, which I'd already had planned, from achieving my Eagle Scout. So, didn't quite make it there. But what happened in the scouting program, I went through 2 troops, 383 and 337. But when you hit 18, you no longer can be a Boy Scout. Well, my father, such a wise fucking man he was. Rest in peace, you old fuck. He discovered another chapter of the scouting program. I have countless of these books. And of old scouting programs that don't exist anymore. Like, I have the Handbook for Skippers. I have Sea Scout manuals. Well, if you've heard of Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, have you heard of the Sea Scouts? Anyway, he found another chapter of the scouting program, known as Venturing, priorly known as the Explorers. I have a couple books over here written by Lord Baden-Powell, very, very early scout program type guy. In the Explorers, or Venturing, you have what they call a crew president. The crew president is elected by their peers. He has ultimate say, even above the adults that are supervising. There is one adult that is known as a crew advisor, and the crew advisor is there to offer assistance, basically. But other than that, the crew president, it's his word. I was elected by my peers to be the fucking crew president every single time. So, at this time, I'm in my 20s. I have been forced into leadership my entire life, so I know quite a bit about it. Now, also, before the Explorers and, crew presidency and all that whatnots, I played video games. And, you play a video game that you really enjoy online, you create a clan. I was a guild master of every fucking clan. I built some of the biggest and strongest guilds in countless MMORPGs and in other types of games as well. Still to this day, some of my guilds run. I have just passed the torch because I have retired from those games for health and sanity reasons. Now, I used to lead a group of people outside of the Scouts, a large group, over 20, that I trained how to do lots of mischiefs. I still have one of the trophies of these adventures, and I carry it proudly to this day. Not only am I still tattooed with our organization's name, I have the legendary tapestry. During a training session one day, we decided to infiltrate a series of abandoned buildings, factories, old factories. Remember, doors were locked, but we were able to send one of us. I went, but I didn't breach to get down in to unlock. There was pitch darkness. It's a factory with no lights. There's no windows, it's a really sketchy feeling, to be fair. We went up through a ventilation shaft, and since the power wasn't running to the entire building, the giant fan blade wasn't spinning, so we were able to climb on it, breach a grate, and there was a 50 foot drop straight to the fucking concrete, and then there was a 6 foot gap to a handrail to a catwalk. And my subordinate made the gap. I held the light. I descended back through the ventilation system. He popped the door. We entered. It took us several times to fully explore this place because there was always something sketchy happening. One time, all the doors started opening up, and we're just in there going fuck, and then I have to mentally go on me and lead us out. One time we got trapped in there, and I led us through the darkness with cigarettes. We're trapped in the darkness. We can't see. You can't pull out your flashlight. We didn't really have cell phones back then. I mean, we did, but they were shit. But we all smoked cigarettes. So, I came up with an idea. You light your cigarette. Get it real hot. And you ash it. You flick it with your thumb. These were filtered back then. But you'd flick it. And it was so dark, that little tiny ember would go. And you could see. Only for a moment. And we led ourselves out of an office, across a catwalk with no handrail, down some stairs, to these bathrooms where we had all hidden our bicycles. And when we got down there, we couldn't really see very well. I have a very, very good luck with if I flick a cigarette, I hit cherry first just about every time. So when we get down there and we can't see, I hit my cigarette really hard and I flicked it in toward the ground, and it hit cherry first and erupted in the cherry, creating a plume of light that exposed enough where we could see these separate doorways to get into our bicycles. We could find the right bathroom, and then we were able to escape. We came back to that factory multiple times. It was good training. Really, it was. It was training for the boys and for myself. But as the leader, I had to come up with these ideas on the fly, just like the cigarette trick. Well, one day we get to the pinnacle, the end, all the way to the end, to the place that was still lit up. No one worked there anymore or anything, but power was still in this area. There were still lights. We made our way into the CEO's office. And as we walked in, the rest of the boys split apart, and they're searching desks and cabinets and everything. But on the wall is this tapestry. I'm wearing a ghillie suit. I still have the ghillie suit's right there in the corner. Still have to this day. Made that fucker in high school. I still wear it. So I'm just my ghillie suit because I'm wearing a pack underneath of it. And I walk over to take this tapestry off the wall. I'm going to take the tapestry. I pulled this tapestry down. And it was like one of those, it was like a movie or something, dude. There's a fucking wall safe. Just, the tapestry covered a wall safe. We never did make it back in to try to, it was one of the twist dials, and I did have a stethoscope, and we did have a plan where we were going to try and see if we could crack a safe, which would have been even more epic, but unfortunately, at least I claimed as the leader the legendary fish rug tapestry. I've tried to Google lens it, and the only ones I can find online are worth a lot of money. It's just a random fish tapestry. It's a trophy that I revere. It reminds me another time. I still lead a group of people. But the group of people that I lead now, we do things that I won't discuss. Nothing illegal for the feds that are watching. Ironically enough, some people might see this and immediately know and be filled with rage. And I think that's really funny. Because one of their men became my best friend. Didn't know it. Was sent to assassinate me. Was sent to kill me. Had been hunting me like 15 years. And I'm in a new city. I don't know fucking up from down. Don't know these people. Standing on this fucking outside the front door on a step of an apartment complex with this giant of a man. We're having a cigarette. And as we have a cigarette, we're talking. We're getting to know each other a little bit, you know. And he realizes I'm the one he's been after the entire time. But at the same time, he realized there's a reason why he never found me. One, I'm a ghost for a wannabe. And we ended up becoming brothers, best friends. We still do missions together. He is one of my closest subordinates. But what I get at with all of this is that it's very, very, very difficult to be in a position of power and not become corrupt. Because that's what it does. It corrupts you. You have power, so you think that you have this ultimate control and say in all these other things. That's not how you lead. It's not. The best leaders know when to shut the fuck up and follow. Which I have done only briefly here and there, but I know when it must be done. I have no greed. Well, I mean, I do covet things sometimes. I do. I am a sinner, as we all are. There are things in life that I wish I could change, and I could have, and I could take. The difference is I leave them alone. When you get people in power, like Donald Trump, he is doing it exactly what I was trying to explain. Power breeds corruption. Corruption spreads. It's like a plague. It's everywhere. Now look at the entire GOP cabinet. Look at the Epstein files. Look at the redactions. Look at ICE. Look at killing of our own people. Look at what power can do. Everybody thinks that they would be the leader. Oh, the world is ending. There's a zombie apocalypse. No. Stay together and watch. Watch each other. The leader will be chosen, not appointed by himself. He will be chosen. Donald Trump wasn't chosen. No. Not only live in a world where your vote literally is meaningless. You can't tell me. Oh, and then, do you think he knows how to follow? Other than his old best friend, Jeffrey Epstein. Leadership is very dangerous. I have even made the mistake of slipping and making demands and forcing my hand. But sometimes it is necessary. Sometimes you have to make a decision that is going to make others unhappy, because you cannot please everyone. And if you try to please everyone, you will fail as a leader. You will. You have to look at the best interest in the whole. And sometimes that disappoints people. And that sometimes causes people to rebel. It causes problems. It causes propaganda. It causes things to spread. Words to be spoken. Remember, words are powerful. Words are more powerful than any fist. But that is the video. Short tale, the history of a tapestry, with a little bit of extra stuff sprinkled in. Remember, any video that I post, no matter how stupid it may seem, no matter how tired I fucking am, there are things woven into the words that I speak. Sometimes you'll never catch them. And that's okay. That's the point. You're not going to sit here and watch a 45 fucking minute video 3 times to catch a secret, right? And if you do, and you do start to figure these things out, you contact me immediately, because there is a place for you where I am. You'll be compensated well, protected and taken care of. Remember, evil is everywhere. And I love this quote from Assassin's Creed. We fight in the dark so we can serve the light. Now I have to come up with another wisdom. Shit. Now, this is getting more and more difficult. Because, it can be quirky. It doesn't have to mean anything. But it does have to mean something. I think I've got one. The dog that often pisses upon your fence may simply be showing interest. Have a good one, my boys. Stay strong, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your evening.